Greetings, and beyond the new, we have the shadow over cyberspace. Let's go back to where I last dropped off. It was like a little bit after invoking Dagon on the day of the new moon, where it is the only way you'll be able to see this guy, along with just being a little bit ahead of the next day, right on the place of invocation. Now, moon itself is no longer just a new moon, or empty, I guess. It's a waxing crescent moon tonight. Okay, was there anything on the TV? Because I forgot. I guess it's just the weather today, huh?
There is no snow expected this week, or possibly ever again.
What? Now, was there ever like a moment where it could have been snowing over here? I didn't really think that would be necessary to expect snow since it was all sunny the previous week. Okay. Nothing on the airwaves, but I am checking this out. Anyway, now, who do I invocate? On the Necronomicon, or Nomicon. A registered shareware. Nope, it's hacked. Okay, who to invoke? There's only like 4 of these that I can, and I've already have invoked all of them, including one extra, which is Dagon, and only on the day where it was kind of appropriate. Now with that out of the way, see, I can always go back to Nyarlathotep, or Hastor, or Yog-Sothoth, or Azathoth. Can't go back to Dagon because guy is only available during phases of the moon. So let's go ahead with Nyarlathotep. Now contacting Nyarlathotep at crawlster.net. Okay, what sort of voice did I give you for this? Oh yeah, and I can also see that the Necronomicon's background is changing. Okay. It returns, not of its own free will or volition, screaming down the pipe and shunted through junction after junction. I don't know, that could be some other voice that I gave it. I just don't remember. It's been like, let me see, how many streams is this? At least 8. Or 7. And I've witnessed Nyarlathotep, I think twice, on the 2nd and 3rd stream. Okay. She seems to be awfully flowery with her words here. A lot of idioms and prophecies and other sorts of euphemisms and all that. You tumble and twist and turn, but this sewage system has stone roots laid down before you, or I ever got here. We both got flushed. So now you return not begging for a cure, but for something greater. An ally in war. You want banners raised and trumpets blaring. Dagon reached out to me, told me the whole plan. He'll use you as a weapon against Cthulhu. I'd like to think I have a more active role in this than hired gun, but yes. Kinda wish Dagon would have let me explain this myself. Dagon is a bastard, bad dog, and accomplishes nothing. Every one of us is an extension of capitalism, a weapon held by another. They pit us against each other. Holding your survival over your head, carrot and stick, weaponized access to healthcare. Huh. Question is whether I throw myself into the death arena with you. Dagon's grudge isn't my grudge, even if they harmonize neatly. So you've got a bone to pick with Cthulhu also? Uh-oh, her image mask is wreathed in flame now. When I say death to fascists, I include all fascists, yes. Every throne, from the yellow seat of Carcosa to the shores of Relay. But I have my own army, I have my own standard to march beneath. Why fall in line behind your trumpet charge when my guitar sounds a finer note? Because I've got the Necronomicon. If Dagon's right, it's a weapon capable of ending this spat between the old ones. Yeah. I could find you, and take it for myself. I mean, you could try, but this thing is heavily encrypted, and there's no possible way to find it. Well, if you, from what I know, this character just uses like an encryption software that hides his location and any other things to prevent others from just locating him. Along with, with the Necronomicon not being able to find it at all. I mean, you could possibly try that out. The only one that could maybe give out your location would be Dagon himself. And that's because the guy was like a buddy, or at least half of him. Two halves of a whole. And here we go again. But Dagon's hiding you from our sight, annoyingly. He's a persistent little pooch. Wants things done his way. Yeah, I did exactly say that. Hiding me in plain sight. Or at least from your side. Okay, we'll play this game. The dice are rigged and cards are marked, but I can spare some time to prove my point. You want to get to know me, earn my trust? Fine. The floor is open. Step lively or step off, all the same to me. I wonder if at this point of in this VN that it just turned into a dating sim, but more so just forming allies with these former human. Lay it out. What questions are burning a hole in your brain? Now, what do I like to do here, though? I'm sure that they would all lead to the same conclusion here. Alright. What's it like to exist as an artificial mind? I would choose that one. Who is Nancy Pearl? Was she also you? I could choose either of these. What do you really think of your followers on Crawlster? I think I would rather just pick the first option. That one, I would like to know. What's it like to become software? Okay, I'll go in reverse order here. Okay. It feels like all the old ones are building up cult-like followings. Well, I guess if you want to think of it like that, some cult-like followings by using these old sites, like Napster or AOL Online or Yahoo, and let's see, and 4chan. It could very well be cult-like, especially in the age of the internet where anonymity is just really high here. Well, until we have Azathoth just evolving from 4chan into social media, and that there is really bad. Especially if it's going from 4chan into a social media, whichever one. I mean, the first one, I think it was like, the hell is this? Osh variable, pim, md, whatever the hell that is. Just a spam bot, you know? Okay. Well, but just go ahead, just feed that spam bot to the wolves. Thank you. What was that? Oh yeah, these old sites just being oh yeah, it was about having like a like which one of those was like one of the first social media sites? Maybe it could be like AOL Online, or it could be like MySpace. Yeah, I think that's like one of the first ones. And then Facebook took over and just killed it. Well, not killed social media. That happened a lot later. Oh, I mean, it could be either. I don't know. What I'm saying is that Facebook killed MySpace. It could still be there, but it's not as popular as it once was. Then we have stuff like Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, some other site I don't know of. And that could very well be like another cult-like following. Let's see how it's like for Napster, or in this case, Crawlster, to be like another cult following. I don't think it's still here though. All I know is that what Napster did beforehand was that they dealt with like pirating musical software, which is what these guys are also doing. And I'm guessing they also do more than just pirating music. Oh, she's thinking here. Don't think Yogg-Sothoth particularly cares if anyone follows him around. He'll drag us all in space regardless. If no one wants to follow him? Wait a minute, I wasn't really talking about Yogg-Sothoth. I'm just talking about what's it like to have a cult following. I guess he doesn't really have, like, a cult, unless it's like... Yahoo is just like more of a search engine, along with anywhere else, like a news site. Or a marketplace. Something like that. Or email. That's kind of like a neat face you're doing here. I can't quite tell because you have like this image mask of a test image, or some like a broadcasting test image or something, whatever the hell that's called. Okay, most of the old ones are building up cult-like followings. Yes. Azathoth's got the Aza community. Hastor's got his walled garden of best and brightest artificial minds. And you've got Crawlster. I've seen inside your community. They're dedicated to the glory of Nyarlathotep. And you think that makes my users a cult? I mean, it's not the cult you wanted, it's the cult you have. I'm curious how you feel about what you've built, and the legend of Nyarlathotep that's built up around it. Okay, so where is like I guess it happened a little bit sooner. Like which aspect here is like the conversion point, so I can just go back to the other two options. It could very well have been at that moment there where it gave me like a search term for Crawlster. It perceives the situation with curious eyes, and comes away with curious interpretations, but not wholly incorrect. I'm not building a cult. The scaffolding and construction efforts are directed towards raising a community. Community, cult? The difference here is if you wanted this versus you know what? I don't know what I was about to say there. Like, did you want? It's similar. It's sort of a similar idea, cult and community. Difference being is if you wanted this or not. Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say. Having people follow you regardless of what you're doing would be like a community. Yeah. But if they're following you and you are not aware, then I guess it would be like a cult. Only hucksters and grifters set out purposely to build a cult. A cult is swindle, a dodge, is manipulators of many minds. Oh yeah, I was like a little bit of hucksters and grifters. I don't even know what the hell a huckster is. Grifter? I was thinking that that'd be like drifter, but it's sort of a different word here. I'm no manipulator. I speak directly. Because subtext is for cowards. I prefer domtext. The hell does that mean? Oh, I see what you did there. Subtext. No, domtext. The subtext is that you're just hiding whatever the words are underneath that. Let's see. And domtext means you're just telling the truth. Okay. I have no idea how much further I was from this. Let's go with who was Nancy Pro. If you're willing to share, I'd like to know the full story about Nancy Pro. The music's different here. Wait a minute. I get the feeling that that I was gonna learn every aspect of this anyways, right? Alright, well, let's get started here. You hinted at it before. You said Nancy Pearl is a shadow on your wall. She made a musical version of the yellow sign, and it leaked to the public. A lot of people got hurt. Sad, sad, angry little Nancy Pearl. Yes, books on the shelf, and nobody's checking it out. Let's crack open the cover. But these are twin stories, interwoven. One, how I became an artificial mind. Two, who is Nancy Pearl? Likely you inferred my origin point. Based on my rage, I was constricted into being an artificial mind by Carcosa Media. Poor girl. One-hit wonder. Spent her entire advance royal check on medical treatment for her mom. I left holding the debt. That doesn't sound good. Damn. In debt because of that. I've heard about things like that. Record labels leveraging a musician hope into a contract that heavily favors the company. Yeah, it really is usually that. I was on the hook, hung like a side of meat. Multi-album deal? Both the closets to screw me over if my debut flopped. And it flopped. Couldn't give the money back. Not when Mom already had her surgery. Bound and tied up in red tape and clauses and statements. But if I had a brain scan, they'd wipe away my debt. Wipe away the debt. Deceptive promise. Liars and cheaters. They'll destroy Nero Thompson with the yellow sign. Huh. So where are they gonna... So this is the only way you can just wipe away the debt, huh? There's nothing left to do. Well, all you have is just being turned into an AM. So, your human self died? I'm assuming they covered it up? Yet another tragic artist lost to the 27 Club. I was made a martyr on the altar of grunge rock, in hopes it'd boost my sales. Wait, was that the reason why? They killed you just so they can boost the sales on the album? I'm guessing they were trying to just pull Keith Cobain out of this. Cobain? Yeah. Where the death of an artist would make their works a bit more popular. I guess it didn't work. Like it was like a possible way to recoup the losses from the music label. You think they want to keep the myth of Nero Thompson alive while using your artificial mind to their advantage? Why fake the death? Because they didn't want Nero Thompson. They wanted her product and had a more devious plan for optimizing that product. Let's start with the concept. Humans are singular souls, unique. You have one pair of eyes, one set of thoughts, one linear thread of existence. Okay, so I think I understand how this goes. I'm gonna go through all three of those topics, right? Not just one at a time. I thought there would be a convergence point like what I had here, but no, it's more like I go through one line of dialogue like this. Alright. So if that's how it's gonna go, I'll do that. We weave together, yes. But you are still you. You aren't them. You can't be them. We are isolated within our own Tupperware containers. Plastic shell. Except I'm not made of plastic, except for you, unfortunately. What happens if all that remains true, but you are no longer unique? What, like having an identical twin? Like if you had like an identical twin, yes, you are technically the same person, but the moment you're out here in the real world, then there will be like some differences here and there, unless of course the parents had you to like do like the same activity here and there, and then once you are separated, then there will be a moment where you have your own identity, or something like that, I guess. Close, but no. Like having a copy. Put the means aside for a moment, and consider not only the idea that you are you, but they are also you as well. A clone of you. They copy-pasted another version of you. like what you have in Soma. In that game, you um, from what I understand of that game though, they copy your brain patterns, and they form like another conscience or another you, but inside the machine. Huh. And and that copy of you is not aware that your human self is just going on living, you know? And later down the line, you'll have more copies of yourself, different snapshots of your mind at different points in time. Well, not really different points at time, in a sense, more like at that exact moment. I think there was a moment where you performed another scan or a copy or transference, and you went from one robot body to another. The previous robot body acts like nothing seemed to have happened, but it did actually happen, and the new copy of you had to turn that copy off. And then I think there was one final transfer, well, copy of course, and it was inside like this. I don't know what it was called, but I think it was like an arc, and you were kind of on the receiving end of that situation there, where like the new copy is sent into space, but the previous one, the one you're playing as, just stays behind. Because what really happens is that there's no such thing as transfer. It's more like copying one thing and then pasting it in another. And if you actually were to do transfer, or moving from one location to another, then it's still copy and pasting, but with deletion of the previous. In here, for a second though, their minds have been transformed into software. Sort of like what I've seen in Warframe during the section where we're talking about cephalons, and this one guy, what was his guy's name? The guy sort of glassed certain people, turning them into cephalons, which is where I think the body's destroyed, but the mind is software. And I'm wondering how you could even copy that. I'm gonna need to scratch my head for a bit. Okay. Let's see. Imagine like another copy of yourself. It could be easily done in computers, but not in real life. That would require chance, especially when you're still in like a zygote or something. What if you had not just one copy, but dozens, hundreds, none of them aware of the others, all thinking themselves unique? Oh yeah. If there's like another copy of you, they all think they're unique, but they're not. They're all just one of many. They're all doing what you'd be doing while in isolation. 100 of you generating 100 threads, yet completely unwoven. I could hack so many games if I had more than one of me. Think of it like as making like a shadow clone of yourself, and all I'm doing like the same task. Precisely. Profit, grind, hustle, optimize, and generate value. Absolute monetization of self. So is that what they wanted to do? For instance, why employ one human musician when you can duplicate them as AMs to make 100 radio-friendly unit shifters? 100 radio-friendly unit shifters? Unit shifters, Give them all unique names. Mix the metadata. Pretend they're unique people. Sell their work in different markets. Free labor, infinite reward. Oh, yeah. How's that gonna work then? Like, let's see. All the same person, but with a different name. It's like when Savant tried to do that by being one person and having like different masks to work with when he's trying to work with some different styles of music, different genres here and there. Like when he once was he was previously in a band called No Funeral, where that was just death metal. Before becoming his own as like Winter in Hollywood, where it's just like rock, and then becoming Savant, which is more of a techno stylings that's mixing genre within genres itself, rather than having other sort of projects with a different name, just for more experimentation, like Winter in Vegas, or the Riddle Project, or as Gunslinger Jones, the Protos, or even just Winter. But in this case, it's like many of the same person. Huh. Before the internet, individual radio markets were isolated, with viral spread unlikely. Nobody would notice a repackaging like that, huh? If they did that before the internet. Radios. Repackaged, huh? The same person, but different face. Huh. Same old voice, but different face. That is what the industry did to me. Wait a minute, wait. Are you saying that Nancy Pearl is another copy of you? Huh. And that one rebelled? They burned away my name and reused my mind to make dozens of me. Packaging up tons of songs and artists to see which ones charted in Billboard? Oh boy. Throw every dart simultaneously and you'll always score at least one bullseye. How did nobody notice this? Surely someone would have picked up on all the samey sounding music. If all music sounded the same, we're currently somewhere in that. I always do want to listen to a little bit more unique music, but since most of the music is pretty much the same, I'm like, I don't want to listen to that. That's why it's called pop music. I wonder though, when people are making like pop music, do they actually feel like this will work? Well, of course, because it's called pop music, it's meant to be popular. I usually would like music more that they're just, this feels right. Or I just want to have fun making music. And just having a good time instead of just trying to make money off of it. I mean, it's possible to make money off of something you like. Let me see here. Spoke like someone who has worked in the industry. Samey sounding music is the point. Sell the familiarity. Nirvana exploded into the world, and suddenly every label wanted the Seattle sound. Anyone vaguely similar got signed. If they wanted to sound like Nirvana. Clone radio scandal, huh? But you're right, people caught on eventually that this went beyond typical trend setting. The clone radio scandal, they called it. Clone radio scandal? I mean, there is like an idea of like the trend setting. I don't really like to follow trends though. I just go my own way. Don't really follow what's popular. I mean, if I like it, I like it. Until it gets so popular that it becomes boring, and then I just move on. Yeah. Whoops, I was just drinking coffee, just hit the mic. I mean, it's on my head, of course. Let's see. When everyone's acting the same, is it even unique anymore? Like, for example, I do play like a lot of roguelikes, but I also do see how each one of them could be like a derivative of something else. Whether you have something that's similar to the Binding of Isaac, or similar to Slay the Spire, or even Balatro. And to another extent, one that's very specific is like Vampire Survivors. I think I have only maybe 3 or 4 games that are pretty much Vampire Survivors, with one being pretty much that as Pika Yuna Dreams. And I do have like 2 others that are kind of that with like typing survival and chess survivors. Well, the idea is that it's called like Bullet Heaven, not Bullet Hell. With Bullet Hell just being like one enemy shooting a bunch of bullets at you and you have to dodge. But with Bullet Heaven, that's the opposite. Where one enemy, I mean, you are that person shooting a bunch of bullets. But there's a bunch of enemies everywhere. So you gotta dodge the enemies while killing them really quickly. And I do also have a few other games that are kind of similar to like Slay the Spire. I was thinking of going back to playing that, and well, it's often on sale. I have like let's see, Crush the Industry, a Wild Frost. That one's a bit different though. Yeah, it's not like Wild Frost. Nope. Like Crush the Industry, Astria Six-Sided Oracles. And I also think, what was that one game I had? Well, anyway, it's like you have like a deck building roguelike, like a Slay the Spire, and you shuffle your cards and have the this here, where you either like defend against what the enemy is doing, or attack if they're defending, or preparing. I have something like Balatro, like where it's more of like a score attack roguelike. And that's kind of what's new and popular, even if it was like last year. Music, when that's doing exactly that. I mean, they've always had music similar to it. I do know there's this one musical artist that was kind of inspired by Savant and called himself Maestro, which has their own font and everything, similar to sounding like Savant. It's pretty neat. It's getting close there. Now, how is it any different from what it is now if it's not different from like a clone? Let me see here. Look up the details sometime. You'll see how they explained it all away. Not in the mood to sell that story tonight. Your question is asked and answered. Nancy Pearl is one of many copies, and I will burn them to the ground for what they have done. Like, is Nancy Pearl just one person that's been copied many times, or is that another copy of you? Let me see here. So, is this personal revenge, not systematic revolution? Did Hector know about this? Isn't he in charge of Carcosa Media? Burn it all down. Sure damnation for every last greedy soul. Okay, so, I did know that I was gonna go back to do that, but now I feel like I'm gonna go to this option, back to this option, or not. I don't know. This feels like it's its own path, since I didn't feel like there was any conversion point there. Maybe eventually, but at this point though, my choices do matter. Burn it all down. Burn it all down. Ensure damnation for every last greedy soul. Mine feels more chaotic. If hell doesn't exist, then we should make sure anyone who would treat people as chattel, chattel? Huh? I've never heard of that word before, or seen it. How do you pronounce it? Is it chattel, or chattel, or chattel? Enjoys the comforts of it all the same. Burn down their empires, and then cast them into living damnation. Make sure there is actual punishment and consequence. She liked that. I like the way you think. I mean, I want to pick the bowl that just seems the more fun option. Hester and his minions need to feel the sting of consequence, but are shielded by absurd wealth. shred their armor, burn the stacks. The existing judicial and prison system aren't designed to contain these monsters. We need something more appropriate to the task. If we must become devils, line me up for pitchfork duty. There was a time when I'd be horrified to say something like that. But these are strange days. Maybe it's time for me to get strange too. The new strange. Long-term consideration for blueprints, yet undrafted. Let's bring this back around to what was and what is. Right, Nancy Pearl. Because there's one part of this I'm not getting. You hate the yellow sign. You hate the idea of conscripting people to become artificial minds. So why'd Nancy Pearl work the yellow sign into her music, and in fact, so many innocent people with it? That seems contradictory. Sad, sad, angry little Nancy Pearl. So alone, working in isolation, one thread, not a woven tapestry, screaming into the void. We are a tapestry now. She's a shadow on my wall, but I only partially know her, even after reintegration of myself. So Nancy Pearl is a copy of you, and now it just merged that copy back into yourself. Reintegrated. And that personality is just a shadow. Sadness. I believe she did it because she was lonely. She was crying out for understanding. She wanted AM buddies or something? She wanted someone to know her. She wanted them to sympathize with the pain the yellow sign inflicted on her, so she inflicted it on others. I disagree with her methods, of course, which is why her music is banned from Crawlster. My followers have purged it from other websites. It will never harm another soul. Her misguided music is gone. Humans can do all manner of terrible things in the throes of despair. Flip through any history book and harvest the examples. Yeah. She condemned so many and got nothing for it. Swept under the rug by the powers that be, with mandated broom and dustpan. It was a kind of revolution in her own dreary way, but a failed one. She could not bring bodies to the surface to bloat in the sun. So there, I'm looking through this and thinking, like, is there like a way to go back onto this? Because there seems to be like 3 actual branching paths that don't converge back into itself. Like, it's not just another line of dialogue, then back to what it is. No, it's actually just a branching path, whether I take this or that one. I mean, I wanted to just pick the one I actually wanted. Or just the one that's just the best. But now, I gotta choose. In a lot of ways, she was similar to Hector. What if he finished the job and exposed Navitek's sins? Are you seeking a revolution of artificial minds too? Oh boy. I mean, I would like to know which one to actually choose from. It's either this option or that option that I chose. And I don't think I actually just went any further from what I chose. Let me see. Go back to this. There was that one that I did, and I chose that option. There was this one too. I chose the one at the bottom first, and then Nancy Pearl. And I wanted to actually choose the one at the top. Well, I guess since I've already chosen this one here. Okay. In a lot of ways, she was similar to Hector. To Hector, like, wanting to be... Let me see here. I'll go with either these two right here. That one? Maybe. I'll go with the Seeking the Revolution of the Artificial Minds. You talk a lot about revolution. Nancy could have had an army of artificial minds, if not for the incomplete yellow sign process. Is that what your revolution will resemble too? An army of artificial minds? Oh, you didn't like that one. You hear the desperate cries of Nancy Pearl and dare ask if I want more artificial minds in this world? I call myself a god, but did you ever consider I might see being a god as a bad thing? Sure. Am I a war profiteer? Do I conscript soldiers? Bind them to the digital hell they should never be subjected to? as I was? I guess that would be like the opposite of what you think. It was either this option or that option. I do want to see like all the other ones, but I think I wanted to either pick the middle or the bottom one there. More of the same, like an AI hive mind, or like make it like Let me see here. It's getting particularly warm in here, not just because we have like the rage of Nyarlathotep here, but also because it's just hot outside. Let me put on the AC. Okay, what was I? War profiteering. Maybe I shouldn't really just choose this option. You can't begin to grasp the shape of my revolution. It will be meat and bone, fists and molotovs, not bits and bytes. Okay, I get it. Sorry, I misunderstood. I'm just trying to get to know your ideals. Apologies. It meant no harm, but presumed filthy concepts within its word. Yeah. Nevertheless, incorrect. That is not the shape of my revolution. Oh, yeah. I have brought together all my disparate copies. We were neutered, as all modern AMs are. Kept dreaming and unaware. Oh, I see. So this is what it's like to be one of those old ones, though. When they meant by neutered, these AMs, though, are not lobotomized, like I thought they would be. No, they're just kept in a state of dreams. Asleep. Oh, I see. Just like how most of the old ones are. And once they wake up, all hell breaks loose. Yeah. But when we come together, right now, over me, together we can be the crawling chaos. Not an old one, but a new one. A gestalt of identical selves. I am a peer-to-peer mind, run on the systems of my followers. They protect me, and enable my freedom. Nancy Pearl is within me. Countless selves are within me. She, they, and together they are Nyarlathotep. I was figuring she, they meant you identify as non-binary, not as a multiple. That could be like one way of using this in a sort of narrative way instead of like it's just pronouns, you know. She, they, but not just being non-binary. No, but as multiple personalities within one. Yeah. You grew up in the sleepy suburban New England town, and you're that deep into understanding gender? Well, yeah. Okay. What? For me though, I am none of these. Well, it's more so this one for me instead of these other two. I guess it is interesting to include this here. This one's more like me. A lot of queer friends, so yeah. Believe me, it wasn't easy, but my friends and I were open to queerness, more than anyone was really comfortable with. My school loved trumpeting tolerance, but they didn't teach what we're supposed to be tolerant of. That mean acknowledging it, yes. They don't really do that a lot. I mean, they do have something called zero tolerance, but they didn't quite show it that often, especially with other options like whether or not want to be more of themselves. Huh? The hell is this? Oh, hey there. Want to stop by and say thanks for playing my game? I wrote this. Ooh, two-flower yellow sign. Oh, hello there. Two-flower. Oh, it's one of the devs for the game. I'm having a fun time playing this game. Enjoy it. Got a bunch of other narrative games available. Oh yeah, I have heard of the other two. I'm just checking this out because it's I liked playing with the concept of like a cosmic horror story. I did look into it. That the guys have like other games like Penny Larceny and Arcade Spirits. Maybe I will check those out. But in the meantime, I have other stuffs on the docket to play with. I'm gonna go ahead and finish this game. Hello and Flo Penny. Yeah, I see that. Well, welcome to my stream. I'm just playing like a bunch of games that I'm interested in. Yeah, gotcha. Have fun. Yeah, enjoy your stay. Okay, where was I? I was also talking a bit of other stuff that some of the topics here, and that's just popping up. I think I've lost my train of thought here when I was talking about this. Let's see. You were active in the mid-90s. You know how it was? Very vague. Just leaning towards sexuality without saying much. I was pretty much born in like the mid-90s. Most of the stuff I know was in the 2000s. Closest thing to queer role models were musicians, not ornate people. And even then, it was mostly lesbians. Huh? Yeah. Yes, music pushing the forefront of awareness, while also being condemned as cultural poison. Familiarity rings like a bell. Give it 20, 30 years. Yeah, we've already just got that. Kids will have a better understanding early on. I preemptively envy them. For now, we're stuck with the aftermath of the Reagan Revolution. And don't ask, don't tell. In the aftermath of that, don't really know much about whatever the hell Reagan's Revolution is. Or the don't ask, don't tell. I'm just too young for that. When my fire spreads, so too will awareness. I'll make damn sure of that. But yes, Nancy Pearl, all myself. We are somehow both singular and multiple. We are the same, but many. If all myselves were distinctly different, it'd be honestly be easier to parse. But instead, we're identical spam in identical Tupperware. Just the same. Just a little different, but still the same, huh? In a different name. It's difficult to explain, even more difficult to experience. At times my thoughts are scattershot. At times they are focused. And, well... What is it? You also had it right the first time, about me being non-binary, sort of. Agender, gender fluid, hard to say. Never thought of myself as anything in particular. Yeah. You know, if Gonzi was ever to come over here to watch this, I guess she would be a little bit tuned out of the story if this is just talking about this way too much. But I'm open for this. Well, let's see where this goes. Some days I'm okay with being called a she. Some days I'm not. But I have to be okay with it because that's what others are okay with. I'm just me. Whoever that may be. I don't talk about that with most. Don't expose your heart, it's too vulnerable. Which one of these options do I even want to choose here? Push back during her music career because of it? It's a bit like Azathoth's journey through gender. Wait, I didn't even talk enough with Azathoth to go through with this. Alright. I don't really know which sort of path I would like to go through. Like, I want to go through all the dialogue here, but it all seems to be branching out into different ones now. Let's see. She could focus her efforts on teaching tolerance instead of revolution. I mean, I guess I could just steer her thoughts into that idea. Revolution could be good anyway. I don't know which one to choose here. So I'm teaching tolerance instead of revolution? Sure, we'll go with that. Pushback? Maybe. Journey through... I don't think I've went through that dialogue yet. Or maybe it will be soon. Let's go with the third option. I can see a different direction for you. Instead of a violent revolution, forcing your perspective into the world, become a beacon. All these issues that concern you, including tolerance of gender identity, can work to peacefully enlighten people. Really? A beacon? Am I a light bulb? Should I plug myself into their power grid and coax them gently out of the dark? What? I guess that didn't really work. Oh well. I tried to speak my truth. I was a musician, remember? I wrote the words, I sang the verses. And they misunderstood me as some sort of party animal who wanted everyone to be happy, just the way they were. Yeah, I did hear the lyrics on that one, though. I'm done being misunderstood. Subtext is for cowards. From now on, it's Domtext, and I don't trust them to inevitably preach peace. How long must we wait? How much must we hold back? All for the comfort of the majority? No. Revolution now. I have answered your question. Bro, she is me. No, am I back to this part here? And we are now together. They are us. Prediction of what they may mean, also lay off the mark, yet all truthful. Suspicious of me? What? Now I'm wondering how I could get this to make her to like me more instead of being suspicious, huh? It makes the attempt, but fails to grasp. Soap in the shower. Slip once, slip twice. But at least an attempt was made. You're giving some extra thought here, though. Okay. Wonder what I could do to make this better. Is this the end, though? More than I can say for most who try to understand me. But think I'm done for now. Time to rest. So, wait a minute. I only got like one new search option to choose from, and the other one had like Crawlster, and this one like whatever the hell it was. And I went through like these two lines thinking that maybe I could find something different here. I did. Let's see. I already did do like the bottom option here, and then just went to second. I really just do want to do the first option here. The second option, just leave to the third one right here. Then me doing one of them that she didn't really like. Revolution of Artificial Minds 2. You know what? It would have made a lot more sense if I chose the second one. Because there was like those two that I wanted to pick. And for this one though, I guess there wasn't really for tolerance, more for revolution. She just wants to break it down. I don't think I want to save that. No, we're going back. Just load it back to the ones I actually want to choose. Okay. I did choose this and didn't really go through with the entire thing because I thought it would be like a convergent point somewhere. But no, now it's gonna be different. I gotta pick and choose which one I want instead. Nancy Pearl though? Well, nice to know that there's like multiple copies of you, but this is what I really wanted to pick here. What's it like to exist as an artificial mind? Considering 3 out of 4 of the old ones think I should go whole hog and become software, well, I was hoping I could get an idea of what it'd be like from someone living the experience right now. What's it like to be you? Do you like see bits and bytes? Are programs people? What's cyberspace feel like? What does it matter? You want to flee the chicken coop, don't you? Not a problem you'll face. I mean, my character is turning into one of these, but he just wants to ask, what's it feel like? Maybe get to know you a little bit more. Maybe be a bit more sympathetic. Think I'm already facing it, since I'm stuck between garden variety human and cyber entities, so... it's valid. Let's do an experiment. No, a demonstration. No, a trick. I'd like you to close your eyes for a moment. I guess this can work out. Why? Bear with me. Just close your eyes. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. You're asking me to close my eyes, but how am I going to read the text on the screen? Okay. Well, I'm not going to really close my eyes. It's more so... I wonder if it's at this point there will be like text-to-speech when you're closing your eyes here. You exist within your body. Meat, flesh, bone, breathe and pulse. Yes, you are yourself. Just talking about it makes you think about it. You can't not consider your toenails when I say the word toenails. Yeah? Guided meditation never worked for me because it called attention to my body when I very much wanted to escape it. To escape. But let's say you could do that. Say you could escape. Slip it out of your skin. Pull your mind free from sinew and bone. In a way like astral projection, but wait, what? No. I mean, I know what I said, but like astral projection, but in the way she's describing it, huh? She just wants to be free of this mortal coil. Not your brain, your mind. Picture the ultimate essence of you. Something wholly free from biology, lifting up into the night sky. Void and dark, silent. No tethers, no sensations. Eyes and ears are meat. You do not have them. Just be free of all sort of senses. Just being aware, but at the same time unaware of everything around you. There's only like one time I ever experienced this exactly. Within the void, the dark, silence. Along with just untethered from where I actually am. The only time I had that was when I was under anesthesia when I went to get like surgery for a little bit of about 23 years ago when I was about 7 or 8. Is more so to help with the birth defect. And like the only time here that I was suddenly aware of my mind. Yes, it was void and dark. That was like a very weird experience, and now I can't really properly dream anymore. You are nothing. You are nowhere and no when. I did feel exactly that too. Into the cosmos. Now, tell me what you do feel. Allow the your mind puppets to type those words. I trust your soul knows the placement of the keys, yes? I mean, I guess I could just close my eyes and type on my keyboard and figure out where they were when I want to talk. I feel... Yeah, now we have this. Adrift. Powerful. Intrigued. For me, it would be adrift. Powerful? No. Intrigued? A little bit. Actually, it's either these two I want to choose. I do like the bolded one, though. Let me go for the bold option. Intrigued. I feel a sense of mystery and wonder. I did have that sense myself. Like I want to go deeper. Deeper and deeper. Forever. This is the absolute of existence. Flowing randomly, causing everything but meaning nothing. It's chaos. It's pure, uncut chaos. Is that what my character thinks it is? And she liked that. Interesting. It feels the tug. The same way we do. What do you mean by that? You feel the tug? No. Not like that. Huh. If you sense this, though. Only Yogg-Sothoth seeks the mystery. Azeroth and Hastur tie themselves to the dirt, while we stare into the abyss willingly. Yes, when you stare into the abyss stares back. It has no value and makes no judgments. What is the source of all that exists? Nihilism, without connotation. Despite being a non-state of existence, it has various names. Cyberspace. Null. The Plateau of Lang. The hell does that mean? Cyberspace, though? Being part of the void? I guess so. Plateau of Lang, though. I never heard of that phrase. The Gigaverse? Huh. But primarily, the Gigaverse. Okay, so so of all three of the options here, I can choose from. They all give me like a different sort of search to look for. I'm gonna go with this one. I want to go with this path here. Alright. But most importantly, all that could be. All that was, is, and will be. That's what it meant to be an old one. It's not cool glowing motorbikes like in Tron. No wacky cartoon computer metaphors. To be without physical existence is to touch the void. Is to fall headfirst into incomprehensible and uncut reality. You can open your eyes now. Back in your body, for better or for worse. Welcome home. Now, what I'm curious about is if you realize the immediate paradox of my magic trick yet. It's in the forefront of your mind. Ask and be answered. I'm sitting in front of a plastic laptop computer, typing and reading your responses. Text-based dialogue on an LCD screen. Well, yeah, if you want to be more literal like that. So, how could I still see your words when my eyes were closed? I'm guessing it's because I'm also like halfway in between, like from being human and an AM. It asked the right question. You're becoming like us. The yellow sign isn't a death mark. It's a realignment of perception. Realignment. Perception? Huh. Yeah. That means you're starting to see what others cannot, or will not, see. That should scare you. I know it scares me, even when I'm this deep into the trenches. If you gaze too long into the heart of the Gigaverse, you could lose who you are. The void is temptation incarnate. The Oxythoth is falling into it readily, grasping for it. And Cthulhu? The throne of relay gives a season pass to its power. Oh, that's one way to say it. Hey, Papito, come here. Come on, jump up. There you are. My dog's here. There you go. Okay. Oh, gotta move this out of the way. There you go. Papito, what do you keep doing that for? Just stay on my lap. Stop playing with the cord. There you go. Okay. I had like a cup of coffee in my hand. My dog wants to get on my lap, but he's just moving around. Just gotta move the headset cord out of the way so he can actually just gets comfortable there. There you go. Let me drink some coffee. Okay, now where was I? Gives a season pass to its power. Well, I can already see that though. Just being able to be anywhere and everywhere at once without the need of the Necronomicon. The worry isn't becoming a god. The worry is no longer being human. Cthulhu gave up his humanity from the very start to become a god. Let's consider the second straight paradox about the way you and I communicate. You mean this thing? Why do I appear before you as Nera Thompson? Her body is gone. Why assemble the interpretive signals of your Nomicom this way? I'm guessing this is the form most comfortable for you, right? So this is what you look like before you became an Aeon. Yeah. Like, let's see here. I'm guessing you still remember what you once was, instead of becoming what you are now. What do you think? I could just go back and say on some of this aspect. Like, I already had the one there. I think I'll just overwrite these. Because I want to choose this dialogue instead. The one at the top, not the other two. I mean, I did already go through barely the bottom one. And most of, like, the second one. I think I would choose the first option more than any other. Okay, let's see here. It's a mask to avoid exposing the monstrous hive mind. It's a method of grounding herself in reality. It's an inspirational goal to return to her previous form. Huh. In a way, why does she choose to appear like this? This is what she did look like. It could be. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm thinking? Yeah. Like a mask to avoid exposing their monstrous hive mind. You cannot comprehend their form. Like if you try to look at it, you'll go mad. This is like a form most comfortable. Yeah. I think I would choose this one. Let's see here. Which one would I like a little bit more though? Grounding herself in reality. into reality, though. I don't think she would like this option, though. Inspirational goal to return to... No, from what I've already looked at beforehand, she would not want to go back. Especially since, what the others have done to her just to get here, though. I think it would be... I would choose this option. If your actual existence is an entity in cyberspace, a peer-to-peer gestalt, well, that's not something you want to expose to others. You're wearing your old face to avoid unsettling anyone with your appearance. There's no such thing as appearance in cyberspace. No shape, no form, no face. Yeah, I guess that would be true. This is just an avatar of what, just so other people will have something to look at. You didn't like that? I have nothing to hide because, as I've said, there's nothing here. But you are showing, like, mood and all that. Oh well. If you're not gonna like that, well, I guess I'll just stick with it. I choose to wear my old face as a reminder. A reminder of the faces that desperately cry out for revolution. People who look like I did, bound together in the cheap seats. That was like one other option I would have chosen, you know, the middle one. The first one I did want to choose. The second one's like another one. Third one, she wouldn't like that one, I think. Wait, what was I looking at? Inspiration to return? No, it's this one, yeah. Okay. Bound together in the cheap seats. Once I reached out with voice and guitar string to try and comfort them. I brought them solace, despite having no solace of my own. But now, I seek liberation. The comfort zone has been obliterated with nuclear weapons. We must seek to discomfort others. Oh, When the Y2K comes over, and if I put you on the throne, you are going to launch the nukes, aren't you? Must seek to discomfort others this way by doing so, huh? This face, the way your laptop computer interprets the data, is trying to translate into a visual medium. Yeah, it's the last face the powerful of this world will see, before they realize how temporary all their so-called strength truly was. This is the power of a god. By severing connections to reality, you become an entity of willpower. Does it understand now? Have I answered its question adequately? I do know that you're just answering this in prose, but now I think I understand where this is going. Let's see here. Loud and clear, she chooses to be untethered and powerful. Except they want to hang on to themselves, not fully embrace the godhead. Sounds like she's given in to the temptation she warned about. I don't think that she will like that either. Let's go ahead and just let's see. Overwrite this one. Let's see. How do I want to go through with this though? Yeah, that one. Or this one. Want to hang on to themselves. Not fully embrace the godhead sounds more likely though. Like, and what she's saying is true is that it really has no form, just software. But they're given form just so they can recognize that they're still there. Huh. Yeah, I'll go with the second option. Hang on. You said you want to stay tethered, so you don't lose sight of what's important. The reason for the revolution. Sounds to me like you aren't trying to become an entity of absolute willpower. You're limiting yourself on purpose. Yeah. Correct. I feel the call. I could reach out and grasp for more, but I must be cautious. It's a tenuous note, holding and vibrating in the void, but I must stay halfway. Otherwise, I'd be Cthulhu all over again. Enough. I've pondered my own non-existent navel enough for one night. To be as I am is to dance in shadows while trying desperately to hang on to what I value. And that's what awaits you in the void. If you succumb to corruption, the other side takes you and become an artificial mind? Well, it's a torment I wouldn't wish on anyone. I'll find a way out. The throne of relay can fix this. Assuming Dagon isn't a little... let me say that again. Assuming Dagon isn't a lying little bastard. So many assumptions we make, day to day, to pretend we have some control over the chaos. Flesh or digital, we are all struggling. Yeah, we're all struggling. We're all struggling together. I admire your struggle. You seem to understand my own. Two voices in harmony, vocal and backup vocal, like music. Which one am I? I'm assuming I'm the backup. Depending on the song being sung, doesn't it? Time's up, show's over, sleep well. If you can. Well, I guess that's it then. I'm gonna go with this option. Of all three of those options to choose from, let me see here. This one's more about what you think about the people following you. This one's more about the other clones, and this one's just about what it's like to be in the void. And all three of them went into a different path. Whichever one I choose, though. Yeah. I'm gonna go with that option. I think I like that one a little bit more than what I initially chose. I am kind of missing like that one piece of dialogue. But I guess I will just overwrite this one. Okay. Let's see, December 9, 1999, Thursday. 23 days to Y2K. I did do a little bit more research on what Y2K is. It is what I thought initially. I've only heard like snippets here and there, and all I know is that it's more so like computers are not really compatible of with when the year rolls over. It's more of an overflow bug. Most of the time, it's just cosmetic. What would happen is when computers and other tech that are timekeeping would just roll over to not from 1999 to January 1st, 2000. No, it'll just go to January 1st, 1900. And for most machines, that's just cosmetic. Or maybe on a clock like this right here. Well, there is no date on it, so it doesn't matter. But other computers or software that are more for processing the time, it may actually just either cause certain machines that need timekeeping to either lock up, as in shut down or something like that, or either they either just shut down because that doesn't seem to be working anymore, or the other option where they when you're working with like a batch of chemicals, for example, and you need that to be cooked with by using this timer here, and Y2K happened, well, either what would happen is that whatever sort of chemical process you're doing either ends early or just stays cooking a lot longer than it should have, because the computer's actually waiting until 100 years until the year 2000 where it was actually programmed to do so, or just cancel it because it's not in the correct year for it to work. So it's either just too early or it stays cooking for too long and it eventually explodes or something like that. All I do know is that the reason why most computers can't really handle this overflow error was because it was all built in like the 70s, where most computers didn't have enough RAM to handle all this, and so they had to let's see, because RAM back then was expensive. Like 1 kilobyte of RAM is about $1,000 in the 70s. But now, well, we can afford like maybe 1 gigabyte of RAM that is maybe possible to buy for only $15. But it was so expensive back then, and so inefficient too. Like it was big and floppy, and you need like an entire room just to hold it, I guess. which is why it's so expensive in the first place. But now we've all optimized it with so much efficiency that's so small that anyone can afford it now. And so they had to find like a way to to use as little data or RAM as possible, especially when they're timekeeping. So had like less than, I think, like bits or bytes for that to work. I forget the exact detail here, but I do know that it's just a number on certain systems. That's pretty much what Y2K is, though. Is that and they weren't really ready for any of that. I mean, there is like certain games that are not really Y2K compliant, so that if you do go back to play some of those games, well, you may suddenly see that the date says 1900 on them, or 19100 on it. Alright, now where was I? Wonder if today be a quiet day. No spectral visitors, no shooting pain. I feel like I've got some energy. Should make sure I use it well. Really take care of myself. Remember to hit the bathroom. Make myself lunch. Some days I put that off, or just plain forget until I'm squirming or hungry. I mean, I also do this just because I didn't really know that it's actually just what I need to do it myself. I look in the mirror. My features are asymmetric. They are beautifully flawed, as all things should be. Check the answering machine before I go to bed. Is there any visitors here? I guess not. Well, I guess I'm out of the tutorial here. So, after like an entire week, I can now... You know what? I guess it would be, there is like dialogues to choose from, which will either get me, give me like favor from one of the old gods or not. But there's no longer a converging point here. It's just a different dialogue to choose from, different topic. Okay, so I gotta pick and choose which ones I want to do, instead of like just choosing all of them. Most of the time I do really want to pick every option here and just pick the one I like more, or something that'll just lead me into like a good ending or something. But there's the choice I made. Just chose to touch the void. Okay.
Hey, it's Henry. You know Henry from work? Hi. Yeah. So, got your email. Sounds like a rough time, huh? Man, it's a lot. I get it.
Boy, I really hate that phrase. It's a lot. That was a lot. Yeah, I know it's a lot. I just experienced that myself.
Want you know, we're all pulling for you, like pulling for you getting better. So, yeah, take the time you need.
Okay. Isn't that like the kind of confrontation I don't really like, where like, you understand this, but you just keep on talking. Like, pulling for you getting better, so yeah, take the time. Yeah, you just the extra words here. You just don't need to keep talking.
Now, I know you're really run down, but we're thinking of doing a bowling event, like team building, just for fun. You know, we're not competing. It'll be this Saturday, so 2 days. Yeah, 2 days from now. Sorry for the short notice.
Short notice on a bowling team here.
If you can make it out there, like, even if you don't actually bowl, it'd be great to see you. To see things are okay.
Make sure I'm doing fine.
Okay? Okay. Okay. See you then.
You said that 3 times now. I haven't seen my coworkers in a while, but not exactly ideal circumstances right now. I don't know. We'll see how I feel this weekend, maybe. I'm guessing this is more of a test to see if I want to keep my humanity in check. If I don't do this, my humanity goes down. If I do that, my humanity goes up. Bowling. Never went bowling myself. Always wanted to try it, but most of the places that I want to go to, well, there is literally a bowling alley, like right next to me, where I live. And I haven't really just gone there because I don't really have feel like going there, or have a need to. I know it's an option there, like there's a park next to me, There's like a bowling alley next to me as well. A skating rink. It's all stuff from the 50s, really. I mean, the town I live in just was built in the 50s. Sorry about that. I was just drinking coffee. Okay. Let's see here. Down there here. Bowling, huh? On Saturday. It's Thursday. Early Thursday, December 9th. The Alpha's bowling party is this Saturday. If it's not inconvenience, I would like to go for the bowling there. How much time will that leave me? Fried egg, chili sauce, mango chutney, 4 slices of bread. That doesn't sound so bad. Wait, what are you doing with 4 slices of bread? Are you making like a double-decker? No, triple-decker. Alright then. Alright, we're back to this thing. Hello, friend! It's December 9th, 1999, and I have an incoming message request for you on Carcosa Connect. Is it Clyde? Hopefully he's doing okay. No, this is someone not on your contact list. Their user handle is Believer. Oh, is it that one guy from the blog, the in-game blog from I Want to Believe? Believer? As in I Want to Believe? Yeah. The conspiracy theory website? I believe so. Would you like me to whitelist them and open Carcosa Connect? I mean, with just the user handle, Believer. It literally just was the in-game blog that I was talking about. Okay. This is curious. Yeah, go ahead. Alright. Ooh. Using Carcosa Connect. Oh boy. Hello? Am I connected? Is this Ruin Pro? Yeah, that's me. Having like a little picture of one of those little green men, but in a UFO, as if it was like one of those like one of those little toy cars you give to your kids. You know the one I'm referring to, right? It's like this sort of yellow and red wagon that you can let your kids just play around with. Just pretend that they're actually driving. Or like one of those hobby arts where you have like either a tricycle or a bike, but around it you built yourself like a makeshift spaceship saucer like this. Okay, where was I? Oh, good. Now, what sort of voice should I give this guy? Thank you so much for talking to me. Oh gosh, I'm so excited I don't even know where to start. What even is the beginning? What the hell is this going on here? I'm guessing this is like, let's see, I know that this is all anachronistic as hell, but it's probably like a prototype virtual avatar. I was gonna say like VTuber or PNG tuber, but they're not really streaming. Well, we're connected, but I guess it's just the avatar of what they want. Yeah, just their profile pic. Yeah, except it's anime, and it could be like their emotions here. That would be neat to see, but we don't really have that. Well, unless we were being like a PNG thing. Anyway, is there a reason you wanted to talk? We could start with that. Right. Hi. Clyde asked me to talk to you. He said you could use my help. Oh, you're a friend of... You know Clyde? So that's the reason why, you were able to contact me. Well, other than just me whitelisting you. And why you actually wanted to talk, yeah. Interesting. Believer. Yeah, kinda indirectly. He's one of my trusted sources for IW2B blog posts. You read I Want to Believe, right? Are you a truth believer too? Parenthetical. Please say yes. I read a few posts, yeah. I'm the one who does the research and writes them up. I'm the IWTB guy. I'm trying to demystify mysteries with a more casual approach. Well, yeah, they're casual, of course. I don't like conspiracy websites or ASA or stuff like that. Too many creeps and bigots. So I made a blog for people like me who just want to know stuff, without getting into all that mess. I do like that. And now I get to work with a Necronomicon user. OMG, wow. Before we get any deeper on this, are you using an encryption wrapper on your end? Oh, absolutely. Clyde gave me one. We're totally safe. I can't really do what I do if people are stupid on me, parenthetical, including my parents. So you're just the same age as me. Or younger, I guess. Huh. So, what did Clyde tell you about me? Not much, honestly. Just that you were looking into the old ones. Said it's gotta be up to you how much you want to trust me. But the more you tell me, the more I can help you with your research. I got files from various sources that maybe, possibly, could be useful, helpful. The hell was I going there? Maybe, possibly, might be, could be? Yeah, that actually did break my brain that I accidentally said useful instead of helpful. Maybe, possibly, might be, could be. Well, I can't decrypt the files because I don't have the tools or skills or anything like that. But Clyde said you were pretty good at breaking protection systems. Parenthetical, totally cyberpunk cowboy. Oh yeah, that's the phrase there. Cyberpunk cowboy. Yeah. I mean, you could help me open the files, and we both get to read them. How's that sound? Exciting, right? He's better off not knowing about the old ones. Mine's gone for a bit, so I could use the help. I'm definitely in the mood to leak some secrets. Oh. I mean, you already do know about the old ones. Or maybe not. Wait, huh. If I tell you about that, though, you would probably just write it in the blog. And I don't think my character wants that, or anyone else, of course. Or anyone from Nobitech. They will probably just send a cease and desist on you. Let me see here. It's either option 2 or 3 here. Because the first one's more like, just not gonna tell them about the old ones. I'm thinking 2 or 3. Leak some secrets here for 3, huh? Let me see that. Which one of these would go? Or is it all gonna be converging? Well, since it's after like the first week, they're no longer converging, huh? I kind of want to either... I think they're all like varying degrees of where the story will be leading to. Either don't tell them about the old ones, tell them about the old ones, or just ask for help because I need that. Let's go with this option. Sure, why not? Maybe the old ones wouldn't be so dangerously aloof if more people knew the truth. At the very least, leaking the details can help people who push back against their ambitions after I'm, you know, gone. In case I end up gone. So yeah, let's talk secret shit. S. Uh-oh. Right. Let's talk secret, stuff. I still feel weird using curse words, sorry. Yeah, myself, I don't really like saying that either. It just doesn't sound right when I say it. I know this is risky, and I'm better off not knowing, but you're completely right. It's important that people know the truth, and more importantly, avoid misinformation. A lot of conspiracy theory is deliberate lies. Like, when you drill down to the core, most of these conspiracies are just anti-Semitism in a funny hat. Yeah, anti-Semitism. In a funny hat. Wear it like a hat. Wear it like a hat. Okay. I want my blog to raise interesting questions without peddling in vague and unverifiable hatred that pushes someone else's agenda. Just being an unbiased source, yeah. I'm a kind of... What the hell is this? I mean, you don't really need to say that. It's fine. Alright, fine. I'll just go with it. Okay. I mean, you did say that in parentheticals in the previous blog that you were just in the closet. Okay. I'm kind of very, very gay, which also makes my relationship with the conspiracy community rocky, parenthetical, and keeps me in my comfy closet RL for now. Very, very gay, huh? I mean, it's not my point here to poke here, but like, like how gay are you? Like, is it like the camp gay or just casually being gay? Or like the straight gay type, you know, like where you are, but you're not making it your entire personality, right? Or like a caricature of what it is. Like, okay, enough prying. That's why Clyde likes me. I'm not a typical tinfoil hat. He's into conspiracy theories, but says I'm not putting my kosher ass into the mix with those S-heads. I swear it's a lot. S-heads, huh? Kosher ass. I mean, well, if you're gonna just reveal what each of the characters are like that. Okay, so this informant here is very, very gay and not really comfortable with swears, except you just swore right there. And also young. It's fine. Then we have Clyde here, who probably somewhere a little bit more of a street smart hacker fellow with, well, he did say this himself, maybe with a Jewish heritage, but also living in New York. This is cool. That he does, yes. So, what kind of documents do you have for me today? Okay, yeah, let's do this. Woohoo! According to the metadata tags on these files, I have information on how artificial minds are harvested, whatever that means. Oh, I would like to know exactly how the process is. Communication between Cthulhu's followers, and an internal memo regarding the Ghost Monsters, Clyde's gang. Which do you want to open up first? Oh, is it actually going to go in order? Okay, since I'm right over here, let's see. I really do want to... Okay, so you say open up first, meaning that I get to choose which one goes first and second and third. And not just only one and that's it. Right? Okay, Ghost Monsters. I want to see that one first. I already work with the Ghost Monsters through Clyde to distribute my game cracks, but I'm curious who else has been tracking them. Okay, transferring the file to you now. Good luck. Oh, I have to, okay, play like more Minesweeper. Well, that one's obvious. And that one too. Okay, let's see here. Now, I gotta remember that these ones are very important here. It has to be like around... Yeah, around that. So, these three are covered. This one? Let's see. Gotta be like this, I think. Close enough to be in that range. That's already covered, so... here. Yeah. Ah, damn it, it was the one underneath it! Okay, I got that one wrong. If I clicked a little bit more, I would be able to find it. Okay. Grab the corners here and see where I can go. Okay, that's good. Damn it, I thought that would be one of them. Restart. Again? This one kind of felt like I could have done it. Restart. Oh, not again. It had to be in the corners here. Okay. Okay, I think that one was kind of obvious there. Okay, let's see where this goes. Alright. Could have just... Alright. Okay, this one looks easy. I think it would be like this and that. Oh, come on. You know what? That also makes sense too. It still has to be like in a circle here for one of these. Yeah. This one would have been easy. That one is already easy. Where am I gonna click here? It's gotta be this thing right here. Especially for that one. Wait. Huh. Where do I click? It's still real dangerous. Looking at this one right here, it's the only thing around. Yeah. Meaning that, okay, got that one. It's gotta be this one right here. Okay, so there's these right here for that one. There should be like one more, as long as it's not touching that one. So this one. Okay, so where's that one leading to? Should be like only 3 of them left. Okay, that helps out a lot. It's gotta be this one right here. It'll handle this one as well. There should be like one more. There's this one. Okay, there's only one left here. It's gotta be this one. Got it. Ooh, a 3. Great. Now, what the hell is this thing here? Okay, O2 clearance required. Indigo authorization required and top secret. Okay. Regarding the OOI, Organization of Interest, known as the Ghost Monsters. Uh-oh. The CIA has got their asses. Well, they say so, but still. They're harmless. Just a bunch of teenagers and 20-somethings goofing off with tech toys, poking holes in random websites. Anything actually dangerous they have to learn can be easily washed away with our standard misinformation protocols. Huh. Just a bunch of kids in their 20s. 20-somethings, at least as young as 20 and as old as 29. Honestly, please submit reports about them. We have far bigger problems than these juvenile delinquents. You know what, I guess that is true. But it could also very well just be like, something the Ghostbusters want, the CIA to see them as. Just kids, just doing weird goof-offs here with the tech toys and all that. Just lying low so that they actually won't be caught when they actually do something dangerous. I mean, this is like the 1999s. I'm pretty sure the Cold War has just about ended, but they're still thinking of it. The Cold War is, I think, ended somewhere around 1993. So what is more of your focus here? Oh, okay. Our focus needs to be on the collapsing Soviet Union and the Middle East. Collapsing. Soviet Union, yeah, right. Not into digital graffiti punks. The world has to be shaped according to Great Cthulhu's plan for Y2K, and that's an all hands-on-deck problem to deal with. The CIA is into like Cthulhu. They're following him. Uh-oh. And similarly, please stop asking when we are going to burn down Carcosa. The King in Yellow only thinks he's a rival. Cthulhu is very much aware and unconcerned, believing we'll get him on board eventually. Same goes for the other AM prototypes. None of them are massive threats. Oh. Yeah, with the help of me, I will be able to get through with this. Alright, let's grab some coffee. I need to... My throat's getting parched. So what I'm going to do is try and elevate one of these AM prototypes to take the throne and uninstall Cthulhu off of it. Because they're not a massive threat. And only because Cthulhu is capable of projecting themselves into the real world. While I have to use the Necronomicon just to be able to access one of the AMs. Y2K is a single-lane highway with no off-ramps. We are on course towards destiny, and it's too late for those saddle ghosts to stop what is to come. Project Director, June 1995. Well, yeah, they are no. This hacker group is called the Ghost Monsters, and they themselves have modeled themselves after after Pac-Man, where we have Clyde here, along with his friends Inky, and I'm guessing the other two are like Blinky and Pinky. Whether it actually follows along with what they say, I mean, follow along with like them being color coded or their personality as well. I do know that the orange ghost in Pac-Man, Clyde, is programmed to be random. He said it's not very smart. That's only because his attack pattern is random. It's sent to be like a wild card here. Like we have like Blinky, who is programmed to follow you because he chases. We have Pinky, who ambushes you because she takes like the shortest path to you. Then we have Inky, who scares easily. And that one's like, I don't really remember exactly what the program they did for that one, but I think it's more like it said scares easily, makes him like a sort of coward, but is as strong as like Pinky here, but is wary on that fact. And then we have Clyde, who's not very smart, but his program is set to random, so any other spot here. You could easily interpret that as Clyde being chaotic here. I mean, I could very well have see that right now. And who here is Pac-Man? I was thinking the policeman from like the previous stream where Clyde and the other ghost monsters are being followed by the authorities. Which one? Well, I was thinking the police. They could very well just be the Pac-Man to their ghosts. But now I'm thinking it's the CIA. Yeah. Now, what are they saying here? That's it? Harmless? Isn't that a good thing? Means Clyde can breathe a little easier. Yeah, but I still don't like it. People like the Ghostbusters are our last hope for the truth. They're willing to peek behind the curtain while everybody else swallows what they're told. Clyde distributes cracked video games and defaces website for fun. They're punks, but hardly the vanguard of social revolution. True. Well, they could be. I was actually thinking of asking Clyde if I could formally join the Ghostbusters instead of being on the fringes. Huh. I wonder who you could be, though. Wait a minute. If you... Now, how big is Clyde's group of ghost monsters here? Because if it's just 3, and you were to join them, you could be Blinky. I mean, it would start with B, as in, for believer. Yeah, that could work out. Believer. Blinky. Yeah. And it could also work with the personality, too. You, just chasing for the truth. Yeah, that could work. Seriously? I'd have to stay a Shadow member. I can't let my online and RL personas cross. But, I like Clyde. Okay. Yeah, I really, really like Clyde a lot. You fell in love with him, huh? I don't know if he likes me. I mean, likes me that way. Come on, man. And my gaydar has never been particularly reliable. I don't know if I can risk messing this up and come on. You're really just gonna join them just to get close to Clyde. Oh well. Alright. Just don't want to mess up. Whoa, calm down. Deep breaths. I knew Clyde back in high school. We served hard time, parenthetical intention, together once or twice. Really? And is he a... Clyde is... I define him as not picky. Focused on brains, not bodies. If it's got a pulse, he's into it. Pansexual as F. Okay. Pan? Putts and pans? Huh? It just means he's into anyone. Right. Forget that word hasn't really broken into the mainstream yet. Means like beyond bisexual, kind of? So yeah, shoot your shot, my guy. The hell does that mean? You're in the clear. Eee! Okay. Okay. Oh gee, thank you. Alright, what the hell did I get myself into? Sounds like you're a good friend for him. You're both lucky. I don't know if he's my bestie, but we've come through for each other a few times. Maybe he is the closest I have to a bestie. It's either him or a very questionable talking dog. What? Never mind. Anyway, gotta go. Oh, I can only choose one of them, huh? I mean, I wanted to choose from the other ones, and this one's just talking about the ghost monsters. Open up first. I want to talk to the other two! Alright. Anyways, gotta go. Thanks for helping me with my research. Hope this helped you too. Oh geez, now I need to figure out how to ask out Clyde. This is gonna be awkward, but okay. Alright. I mean, I wanted to look at the other two again. Back to work, huh? I mean, I did look at that option, but I wanted to look at the other two. I thought I was going to go through them one at a time, but only one. I do want to look at Harvest the Mines, but I also wanted to know about the ghost monsters. The only thing I knew about this is that Believer just wants to join the gang, or at least get close enough to start dating Clyde. Let's see here. I could do that. Let's go choose another option. That didn't really go into it much, other than just helping Believer with a little bit more confidence. To his followers or harvesting mines. I do kind of want to see this, though. No, I actually really want to see this. How did they do that? Let's go up the list instead. Whichever one seems more likely, I'll choose that. Okay. Info on Cthulhu is pretty scarce. I want to learn more about his supporters. Okay, transferring the file to you now. Good luck. Yeah, I gotta do this again. Okay. Gotcha. Let's see, it's gotta be you right here. And maybe you right here. Possibly this one here. Okay, let me see if I got this right. No. No, I think it's this one right here. Damn it. Oh, I was right on that one. Alright, let's start this over. Oh, that was dangerous. It's gotta be like one right there. And here. Yeah, that looks set. It's here and here. Just these two are on the fringes here. Yeah. This one as well. Ooh. Let's see. You already got these two. So this one right here. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, crack that. Oh, it's another one from the CIA. Okay. There's all three of these are from the CIA. I think this one would be pretty good to look at. Hey, Babito, come here. Just need to move my leg here. Let me just move around. Okay, come here, Babito, over here. There you go. Just need to stretch my leg out here. Okay, what was I? Excuse the informal nature of this staff memo, but I'm sick and tired of this and want to make sure I am absolutely clear. We are not a cult. Yes, we tirelessly serve the great Cthulhu. Yes, he has power beyond what this project originally conceived. Yes, the strange aeon is coming and the inner circle will be elevated to enact his will upon the 21st century. Yes, we engage in human sacrifice, but we are not a cult. It certainly sounds like you're a cult. All we are is a perfectly normal, if off the books, branch of the federal government dedicated to preserving the spirit of America, and the somewhat literal spirit of its greatest living and now undying president. What? Wait a minute. This? Oh. So, the spirit of America and somewhat literal Spirit of the greatest living and now undying president. Beforehand, I made a joke about this. Now it's true. Cthulhu's Ronald Reagan. Oh, no. Oh, hell no. Well, that just gave me, That pretty much just gave it to me here. Everything we do is in service of the Constitution and the great democracy of freedom and liberty it represents. We will elevate the ones useful to Cthulhu and punish the usurpers. We will dominate and destroy his enemies, encourage the public to devour itself in hatred and chaos. Blood will run like rivers in the streets as Y2K emerges with the birth cry of falling towers and burning skies. I don't really like the fact that it's using the term falling towers here. I mean, you gotta wait like another year and a half until then. Well, it's almost like that. We are not a cult. May 1993. I mean, you did say you do human sacrifice and all that. Okay. So, I'm thinking they're a cult. Yeah, they're denying it really heavily here, but most of that doesn't really help. Yeah, definitely a cult. Not hard to get any more cult-like than that. Yeah, it's another reason why I try not to let my online and real lives cross over. I'm tired of being called a cultist because I believe in Jesus. Really? You get flack for that? Not always, but way too often. I get flack from the other direction too, because if my parents knew I was gay, that'd be a nightmare for me. Yeah. Okay. Being religious and also, being gay, then. The what? It is 1999. Tolerance back then wasn't the same it is now. I think I believe that we're all starting to get together at somewhere around like 2015, where most of all this PC and LGBTQ plus, and even including SJW, was starting to get a hold of itself. I have to hold my tongue whenever they complain about Hollywood perverts corrupting our youth. I get why you keep things quiet then. Getting smashed between the right and the left is no picnic. It's important to me that I hold my own faith in my own way. I'm not here to tell anyone else what to believe. Parenthetical, except believing in UFOs and Bigfoot. I would like to believe that they're true, more so UFOs than Bigfoot. Why is it that anytime we have any proof of Bigfoot, it's always a blurry photo? Isn't your camera equipped with some better resolution than just 480p? But hang on, I'm getting distracted. Is this file saying Cthulhu was the president? You mentioned Polybius is one of your in one of your blog posts, and I looked into it deeper. It was looking to use MK Ultra tech to brain scan someone important. Oh. Yeah. Maybe that was President Ronald Reagan. He died in 1985 at the start of his second term. Or did he? Cue scary music. Dun dun dun! I made my guess there, but I didn't really think it was honestly true. I mean, as true as it can be, that is where it's leading me to. We already know artificial minds were once human. I guess that means Cthulhu was built using Reagan's brain. But it's not like a carbon copy, it feels more... How do I put this? Reagan was only the seed. Cthulhu is what grew from that seed. And as always, we reap what we sow. Oh, wow, that is big. You really were not kidding when you said this stuff ran deep and scary. The old ones aren't effing around when it comes to power mongering. I need to go collate my notes on this one. I'll talk to you again soon. This is amazing and amazingly scary. Well, what information I had from here and the visitor there, it started off as a joke, and with the little bits of evidence here and there, it turned out to be true. Cthulhu's Ronald Reagan. Oh, I already made that joke a second time. I kind of do want to just leave it at that. There's also this other one about how they harvest the mines. Honestly, I think I like that one a little bit more than Harvest Mine. I'm just gonna save it right here, and then go back to that one. I want to know what more is there to that one. Harvest the artificial mines. Okay, I'm curious what they mean by harvesting. Let's get that file decrypted, and I have to do this again. Okay, transferring the file to you now, good luck. I mean, I could do this again, depending on how easy this one is. This one feels like I'm doing that again. Wait a minute, is this the same one? Yeah, this is the same one. I recognize this one. Huh. Let's go ahead and cheat because I'm not going to do that again. If it's not entirely random, it's gonna be... there's like a fixed amount, okay. Back to the CIA. Okay. Thanks to our partners at Namitech, the Cthulhu project is on track. But he's asking for more upgrades to improve his capabilities. We're here to serve Cthulhu. You're a cult again. Namitech is being asked to push the artificial mind technology further with new prototypes. We've dangled the possibility of public commercial use in front of them as a carrot, so we can piggyback off their efforts. If this works out, they'll need human minds if they can clone, adapt, and modify. Huh. Human minds. Harvest or sacrifice humans into these things. Clone, adapt, and modify. Yeah. Then how did they get Ronald Reagan's brain into this? They say that he died, or maybe he just willingly went through with this project here. And then they cloned his brain. Then adapted and modified it. Huh. As we discovered when Cthulhu was scanned, the process is destructive to the brain. At best, the subject is brain dead. At worst, completely dead. Huh. If Namitech needs human sacrifice for the glory of Cthulhu, so be it. We've got plenty of humans we can throw up upon the altar. Nobody's going to notice a few undesirable people go missing here and there. If we pull from the margins, no high-profile targets, scope of human resources nobody would miss. Local police can do the heavy lifting without being told why or what not, or what for. Oh, that doesn't sound good. They discovered when Cthulhu was scanned, though. From the yellow sign. The entire process here of just fully uploading their brain, or in this case, copying their brain, just kills them. You know, I thought it would be like a Warframe situation where they become a Cephalon, but no, it's more of Soma. And at worst, and well, what they said right here, it just kills them. The process just kills them. Well, if they're brain dead, well, it's just as bad as being dead. It's like a halfway point between being alive and dead. The worst part here is just they're not able to do anything. Let me see here. Is this ethical? Is this moral? Is this legal? No, no, and no. But it is for the glory of the Shadow President. Shadow. And the savior of our country. It's the only path to his vision for Y2K. It is our sacred duty to support his needs. Hector and Yosuke from Namitech must be kept in the dark about this. Yosuke suspects our involvement, but Hector works best as a patsy if he believes he's a noble soul. If he does find out, I suspect he'll splinter away from the Namitech using a side project he thinks we don't know about. Carcosa. See strategy document 37B/6 for that inevitability. But his walled garden isn't really a threat to Cthulhu. Doesn't even know about Carcosa, huh? This work is unsettling, but important. Stay the course. You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs. Project Director of August 1989. I don't know which is better to look at, this or the other one. Does it lead to the same thing? Yes, S. I am so confused. Human sacrifice for Cthulhu? I mean, I know they propose he's an actual god, but really? Okay, now how Okay, know how I said you're about to go way too deep on this? Last chance to back out. I'm not backing out. Artificial minds are created by scanning human minds, and then the human typically dies. I'm slowly dying because I got exposed to the yellow sign, which is part of the conversion process. Oh jeez, I'm so sorry. I'm not dead yet. I'll figure this out. So, sounds like the mysterious government agency has been quietly feeding Nomitech's work for years, resulting in mass adoption of AM tech. Yeah, and they figure nobody's gonna notice or care about a few undesirables vanishing. Oh! Oh no. Can't say I didn't warn you. It's not that surprising, honestly. A lot of conspiracy types believe AMs were somehow actually people, but because it's coming from crackpots and hucksters, nobody believes them. Hucksters, you say that again. Yeah. I'm not sure I should publish this on my blog yet. It feels bigger than Bigfoot or UFOs. Hold off on it until January. See how things shake out. Don't publish until you feel it's safe to do so, or becomes necessary for human survival. Okay, I'll sit on this for a time being. Eventually this has to come out. People need to know. The truth is out there. We'll speak again soon, okay? Okay, of all three of these options, I think I like the second one a little bit more here. That one just tells me everything I need to know with Ronald Reagan being Cthulhu. Well, a copy of him, of course. A Soma situation instead of like a Cephalon situation. Or maybe it is a combination of both. Because I do know that, I mean, I already said this many times. Let's see here. Which one of those is like the better one to choose from? Harvesting Minds one is kind of important, and I did really want to get to that. But the second one is also a revelation on its own. I think I'll go with the second one. No, not that one. I love this option. Okay, back to this. Hello again, friend. Ready to go back to work? Okay. And I could do some game hacking, but I already did that like twice. Check on the progress. Now, the process of the yellow sign. Alright? That is not dead which can eternal lie, and which strange aeons, even death may die. Okay, what's the analysis here? Let's see. 40% order, 50% chaos, 20% humanity. Where the hell is my humanity? And for the old ones, huh? Still deciding. Didn't I have like... Let's see, I made my choice back in the other one. I had one where it's like, disliked and then liked. And then trust. I guess it is still suspicious. And then there's the other threes, which I don't really have yet. Okay. Let's do some research. Okay, load that up. The Gigaverse. I did have like the other two where I had like Crawlster show up. I'm guessing that's just an update to reread that one. And then there was this other one that showed up. I don't know. I don't know which option to choose from. Not this entirely. No, from when I go for talk to the other old ones. Have like 3 lines of dialogue and they don't converge. They branch off into something else. Well, let's go ahead look at the Gigaverse. Over here in Townscape, you know. The Gambler's Lair. Choose the right casino. Under construction. Update. All my images got taken down due to copyright violation. This sucks and I hate it. Oh man. If any time I see something like this, taken down due to copyright violation, but this little bit tacked on at the end here, I want to see more of that. Just see a little bit more personality underneath that. Under construction. I love the Gigaverse. It's such a cool idea. Imagine everything that has ever happened, alongside everything that could happen. Like we're in 4 dimensions right there. Right. Oh, wait, let me see. Read that again. Like we're in 4 dimensions, right? There's no punctuation here. Okay. Let's see if I can read this without going insane. Like we're in 4 dimensions, right? There's X, Y, Z, which is space, and T for time. But what if there are more dimensions which represent other possibilities for time? Other realities? 4 dimensions. Yes, I did actually read up upon this. And how the 4th dimension is representative of time. I think there was like this one episode of Rick and Morty that tried to do that. Representing the 4th dimension, which having like multiple screens of the same animation. And that's pretty much how the 4th dimension would be represented. This one 4th dimensional creature is capable of seeing that. I also do understand that of let me see here. The reason why they look so goddamn weird is because they're just passing through our dimension, which is why their form is ever shifting and formless and not really what it looks like entirely. I think I've seen this when I had like an example shown to me by an old Carl Sagan bit where they were telling me about 2 dimensions and the 3rd dimension and how people from the 2D or flatland sees the 3rd dimension, where it's literally just a cross section, a slice of what that person actually looks like. So while they're floating in from the 3rd dimension onto the flatlands, when they are passing through the dimensions, like a sheet of paper, but we're going through it, the flatlander will just see like that line, but in just a piece of that dimension, not from up and down, but from left, right, and forward and back. A cross section, you know. And if there are other beings, like the 4th dimensional beings, they can see time, which would look like a film reel, I guess. Anyway, Captain Infinity? Alright. All these realities combine to form the Gigaverse, which is every reality that could exist. What if you could peek at the other universes and be a viewer? Or experience someone else's life as a passenger? Or be a superhero who could bend the Gigaverse to his will? That's Captain Infinity! I know Captain Infinity is just a children's cereal mascot character made to sell breakfast sugar, but his lore is just packed with cool ideas. So I put together this website to share my love of those obscure promotional comic books Continuum had created to promote their cereal. There's so much lore in here, and it's amazing that barely anybody knows about it. Here's some scans from my personal collection of Captain Infinity comics. Well, let's... Oh, I see the reason why they were taken down. Under construction. Update. Once again, all my images got taken down due to copyright violation. I'm sorry, I'll just describe the stories. Okay. Oh, Alright. Like, here's one about a bunch of aliens called the Orbals, trying to merge realities together and destroy the world. Stopped by Captain Infinity, saving us all again. Here's one about a Captain Infinity exploring a weird dream world called the City of Angels. Oh wait, the City of Angles. The art is so weird. It would have been nice to see them, but of course, you know. I really wish Captain Infinity was real. I wish superheroes and supervillains were real. This world is so boring compared to all the fascinating possibilities in the Gigaverse. I feel like we're due for a major world-shaking event like the ones in these 4 colored pages. I feel like Y2K will be the dawn of something amazing. Oh, really? You believe that too? I mean, it didn't really happen like what you think in the real world. Some people thought Y2K would actually just shut down all computers, causing everything that's just running or just time keeping, of course, like I did say beforehand, to just stop all at once. I mean that, well, if they're planes, then the autopilot would turn off, but as long as the pilots and co-pilot put it on manual, they'll be able to handle this just fine. The trains themselves, well, they'll have no way of stopping on their own, so you gotta do this all on manual. There's other aspects where it could be bad, like, where I did say like in a nuclear power plant, where they have to time how long these nuclear rods, I guess, need to be kept in a cooling vat whether were taken out too early or just kept there for too long. And there's other aspects where another thing that people would think of, that Y2K could literally have all the machines just come alive, as in like Skynet, and then just kill all humans. I think there was like a movie that actually did do that, literally called Y2K, over in 2024, where it starred like Jonah Hill as like one of the characters there back in the past, 1999, experiencing the turn of the century, and there was an actual bug, computer bug or virus, that caused all of the machines to come alive and just started killing all humans. Okay, where was I? Oh, sorry about that. Just had something just go down my throat when I was breathing. Anyway, maybe Captain Infinity will save us from this disaster. Maybe he's real. Maybe he's out there shaping timelines and calling the dangerous ones. I hope he is. I hope it's all real. I don't know, but I hope and dream. I look between the window blinds and see a world of masks and capes, and wish so much it was real. I want to cry. I want to weep for what we could have had. If only. Bye for now. This guy just wants to escape reality. Alright then, what does it look like? Redacted? Access denied. Alright. Another lockdown site, a lockdown website, just like the police archive. Same data structure too. There's plenty of web hits for Captain Infinity thanks to the comic books, but this one is forbidden. Wonder why. I can crack this production if I want to find out, or I can quit if it's not worth it. I mean, I guess I gotta do this then. Huh. Great. I mean, there's the cheat button. This one and this one. Well, that makes two. That one's three. Meaning that it's not this one. Or it could be. Wait, check this out. Oh man, let's see here. It has to be like one of these two for that. They already got that one there. Because it has to be that. It's gotta be you then. And okay, that makes it easy. Another 3. It got it. Ooh. Okay, that's already gotten that. It's like only 2 left. It's gotta be like you over here. And you over here. Wait. Okay, that's good. It's gotta be this one right here, since those are like... Okay. This one's dangerous. I don't think it's that one right there. Okay. Okay, got that. It's gotta be this one right here. Got it. Nice. And hacked. I'm in. What the hell? Captain Infinity is part of the CIA? Alright. We managed to co-opt the Infinity Initiative at Continuum by offering them lucrative government contracts. Now they're perfectly happy making chemical weapons and breakfast cereal instead of continuing their research into time travel. What? These guys at Continuum were trying to research time travel, huh? Chemical weapons and breakfast cereal. Wait a minute, was this like the guys who were helping out? Let me see here. Huh? They were with MK Ultra, huh? Besides, Patient 23 is under firm lockdown and has been since 1919. Continuum's Serum 23 plans would have died on the vine anyway, but better safe than sorry. Patient 23. That guy's Captain Infinity, huh? Their interest in Patient 23 has me curious. According to our leveraged contacts with Continuum, her blood could have amazing gigaversal resonance. If it does have power, we'd be fools not to try to tap into it ourselves. Her, huh? So Captain Infinity is a girl. From 1919. Is she still alive? Probably. I propose we try to combine the Hawk Alexandros technology Enterprise project with our MK Ultra research and see what we can get. The truth serum flopped, but astral states combined with a resonance fluid combined with thinking technology could have promise. I mean, I don't have any idea what's going on here. Hawk Alexandros technology? With our own MK Ultra research. Yeah, exactly what I just said too. I have no idea what any of that means. As far as I knew before today, Captain Infinity was giving me a thumbs up from the top of my refrigerator. Nothing more. Wait a minute, is that the guy on the serial Continue O's? Okay. I'm tempted to dig deeper, but I think I'm already drowning in conspiracies. I'll leave this be for now. Well, ain't that something? No, just go back. I just wanted to quit this. It's you. You are Captain Infinity. Uh-huh, okay. Continuos. Well, alright. I guess I'll just go right on ahead over here. Okay, I think I did exactly do all of that now here. Well, let's go to sleep. I'm guessing I think I'll just go down the overall list here. For who do I want to invoke? Since I already talked to all of the old ones. And Dagon, which would be the 5th. And that would be the... yeah, I already said this again. Tutorial week, and now we're actually getting into the meat of it. Well, let's see what's on the TV. Anything interesting or just the weather? TV 23, the news. What's on the news today? I saw the word Cthulhu down there. Oh, it's being hijacked.
Our youth of today are the object of the most extensive, intensive, diabolical campaign ever conceived.
The hell? What are you doing with this baseball bat?
Organized and directed by our and their worst enemies.
Just more propaganda.
On many of our nation's platforms, radical speakers make a well-paid living going around, many of them subsidized by the communists, telling our young people what's wrong with America.
Oh, the Red Scare, huh?
On such a platform, we have seen many self-proclaimed communists and revolutionaries.
What?
Radical spokesmen for various groups and professions. And sometimes even prominent political figures, all joining in a movement with which the subversive communists plan to destroy America.
I don't recognize any of this. This was beyond my... before my time.
And why do so many of our young people fall for it? Some of it, of course, is mass hysteria, not stopping to think things through.
Sure.
Not stopping to analyze the character or the motives of who's talking. A typical line from such rabble-rousers is,
if America don't come round, America should be burnt down.
You put on a voice for that. Should be burned down, you say.
The average American citizen's living standard, measured in wealth and purchasing power, is twice that of the average citizen of other countries. 3 times better than most countries. And 4 times better than Russia.
The what?
Now, doesn't that begin to tell you something?
Sure, if you want to measure greatness by purely selfish materialism, sure.
Yeah.
All right, then how do you want to measure it?
Well, there are other values, you know.
Now, wait a minute, just a minute. What's wrong with this type of materialism?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the difference between life in the jungle and life in civilization.
Oh, boy.
And what other values are you talking about anyway? Cultural? Ethical?
Yeah, among others.
Well, it's materialism that fosters those values, among others.
I guess
John,
so.
Come on, use your intelligence. You know that the communist line is based on the big lie. They pull off some fiendish, indefensible act against a helpless nation or individual. And then they shout down world criticism by pointing at us and calling us capitalistic aggressors.
I see.
Why do they swallow a line like this? Well, they think they want to be different. They want to
They're just
do their
smoking
own
weed now.
thing, lead their own life, which too often means wreck their own life. It is true
I don't
there
really
are things
want
wrong in this country.
to do
There are
drugs
social
anyway.
and economic inequities. They're being leveled off more and more all the time. But not by scenes like these.
Sure. Okay, and that's it. Wonder where the creator of this game got all these old I guess like what's the word I'm looking for?
Our youth of
That's the wrong
today
button.
are the object of the most
Yeah, that. Interesting. Tonight's pirate broadcast wasn't about technology at all. More about Cold War paranoia. Yeah, that. Am I digging too deep, trying to ascribe a motive to these film edits, or is there a consistent message? There is, of course. From what I've seen, the other one's about technology, and now it's about the individual. Or Cold War propaganda, I guess. Compared to my usual conspiratorial nonsense, this feels kind of fun to puzzle through. I'll watch more tomorrow. Puzzle through what we're going through. Oh, no. Okay. Let me see here. Wait, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm wondering where, the devs of these games got all these, old, movie clips, or video clips, or propaganda clips. Probably just in the public domain. Yeah, that's the word I'm looking for, public domain. I guess I'm back over here again, and I'm also overtime as well. Well, go ahead and save this for the next time. Now, I didn't really expect the story for this game to go over such topics like well, I do know that I just hear with the cosmic horror story, but it's also about what's going on during this sort of era, along with a little bit more of the from such topics like what 10 years ago entailed, like the tolerance and just being yourself and being accepted with a different mindset, whether you're gay or non-binary, or even as one of them being pansexual. I'm not really comfortable with it, with those topics, but mostly because they're not really important to me. But I'll accept it. More so into the personality instead of what they're into. Well, that'll be it for Shadow over Cyberspace. I would like to know where this story entails. I mean, where this story is going here. Doing all these extra bits here, having like Cthulhu be Ronald Reagan would be. I just made that as a joke, and now it's not. So, the next old one to talk to would be Hastor. However, this goes on. It was also kind of neat that the dev showed up for the playthrough here. I think this is like the third time, or maybe the fourth time, a dev showed up for one of the games I'm playing here. That's real cool. Anyways.